Tubes has got to warm up. There it is.
There it is.
All right.
Ready? We call this meeting to order for Greenville City Council. We need a motion to elect a president pro tem for the meeting.
I nominate Mr. Whitaker.
Wright,
Yes.
Ely,
Yes.
Godwin,
Yes.
Rogers,
Yes.
Whitaker.
Yes. All right, I guess we should just go ahead and call the roll, even though we just did it, right?
Mhm. Wright,
Yes.
Baumgartner, Ely,
Yes.
Godwin,
Here.
Rogers,
Here.
Schmidt, Whitaker.
Here. Okay, let's all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we've all received the minutes. Do we have any additions or corrections? Now we'll just accept them as they are. We've also received a copy of the current financial report.
Motion to approve.
Mr. Godwin gives us a motion to approve. Call the roll, please.
Wright,
Yes.
Ely,
Yes.
Godwin,
Yes.
Rogers,
Yes.
Whitaker.
Yes. All right. Are there any changes in the agenda? I think what we're going to do tonight is ask for a change, a motion to adopt the change in the agenda and pass up the ordinance and resolutions for tonight.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Godwin. Call the roll.
Wright,
Yes.
Ely,
Yes.
Godwin,
Yes.
Rogers.
Yes.
Whitaker.
Yes. All right. This is the portion where we have any public hearing. Is there anyone out there with any anything they wish to talk about in front of council? Now would be the time to do it. No one in the audience. No one seems to be coming forth, so we'll just move on with the administrative reports. Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, I want to make sure that people remember that First Friday's coming up, the Artisan Stroll. And I think it's sponsored by the Jordan Company Insurance. So that's a big deal. It's gonna be a fun time this weekend. So make plans to attend the Friday night, first Friday of the month. One other thing, I want to be the first, somebody else probably got it on their list of things to talk about. And if Mr. Burkett, Council President, would bring it up, this is Treaty Day. So it's a memorable thing for, at least in our area of US, and it should be like, I agree with him that it should be celebrated more, but this is Treaty Day, and John, we put it on our calendars and make sure we brought it up. And I think Ryan's probably got it. He would have said something, but you've definitely been our teacher, and want to make sure that you realize we brought it up and we should be celebrated more. So thanks a lot. That passed.
All right. Our Safety Service Director, Mr. Delk, happy Treaty Day to you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
There you go.
Just a few things for the night. Starting Thursday is the 127 garage sales, which at last meeting you guys passed legislation to waive the garage sale permit. So it'll be a busy weekend around the county, I'm sure, with all the garage selling going on. Currently, we are still in the process of going after zoning violations. And as of this morning, we had 119 violations, 65 had been closed. So we're making some progress towards our zoning violations. We were working on our residential CRA. So our residential CRA, what we're working on now is our application process. And the whole point of that, we're citywide. We've opened it up to residential where it used to just be commercial. And that's to incentivize residents of Greenville to fix up their properties, and then they get a tax incentive back on all of those upgrades on their property taxes. So that's something we're really going to start pushing here over the next few years, because the whole purpose was just to make Greenville a better place.
Very good.
We're currently working on our city website to make it more user friendly when it comes to filling out applications or reserving a shelter, pool passes, all those sort of things. Right now, you have to go to the website, you have to print that out, and then you have to fill it out and bring it in. So step one is making all those documents fillable PDFs. So at least you can type it in your computer, and then you can either email it to us or bring it in, and it's legible for both us and them, helps a lot. And then we're working through how to get online payments to pay for those sort of things online. So that's something we're working on here. And then last but not least, unfortunately, I think we spoke about this last meeting a little bit, but our DRDs were denied by the state of Ohio, the tax department. So now we are working with Montrose Group. We just started this week on rewriting our DRDs. So that's going to be something coming up here in the next couple months that we can start going on again. And with that, I will pass.
May I ask you a question?
Yes.
Just for my enlightenment, where can I read about what a DRD is?
Like you can Google it. It's Downtown Redevelopment District. So it's for our downtown area. So it's a tax kickback that we can get by putting, you have to put a historical anchor in it. It cannot be larger than 10 acres. And then you can use those for upgrades or remodels, different things in that downtown redevelopment district to help any kind of development, really.
And then one more question.
Yes.
The residential CRA, is that what
Yes.
you said?
Yep.
Okay, where can I read about that?
Same thing, state of Ohio, CRA. If you just Google CRA Ohio, it'll give you all sorts of information on
Might
CRAs.
come up with something different.
Okay,
It's Community Redevelopment Act. Yeah.
and so how will I know, for my, again, for education?
Yep, go ahead.
How will I know what your goals are with this? What is the city's goals? How can I find out about that?
So that's something that we
We
don't
already-
have.
Well, we already passed the legislation, so
I'm just
we
kinda-
we brought before all of you the Community Reinvestment Act program, which it had it spelled out in the legislation, how that was going to be set up. And so the overall program's in place. All we're doing now is fine tuning the application process. So the program's already there. We're just trying to make it user friendly to kind of come and go and apply for it and what that means. And so essentially what it is it incentivizes people that if you have a property, typically if you made improvements to that property, the county auditor would come in, they'd raise the value of your property and your real estate taxes would go up.
Mhm.
Under a CRA program, if you apply for it, what happens is once you make those improvements, it's as though you haven't made them for a period of time. So you don't have that tax impact on you right away. And so it's helpful for the common homeowner, but it's really helpful when you've got dilapidated houses and you're making a major improvement to them,
Mhm.
because then you're really seeing that tax savings for a period of time. And so I know Mr. Godwin's ears perked up there when I said that,
Yeah.
but that's been the hope with the program.
I really want to thank both of you for me, because I do a lot of reading, but I'm thinking, I must have missed that one. So I apologize for not being more informed, but won't happen again. Thank
No
you very
problem.
much.
Anytime.
Ryan, if I might ask, why did the state turn us down?
On the DRDs.
Couple different things.
Yeah, a couple different reasons. So in some of the DRDs they were larger than 10 acres. So they were basically Montrose Group in the original, I guess, legislation from the state. They thought they could not have the right of way, which was the road and all the right of way in it. So it put them over, but they had to have that in there. So it put it over the 10 acres. So some of them were 12, some of them were 15.
Okay.
Because so that was the main reason. Then the other reason were there areas in there that are tax exempt, churches, schools, city building, things like that. So you have to exclude those from the DRD districts.
There's fine tuning it.
So the short answer was our consultants didn't do a very good job initially, and we've let them know that, and they're working to fix it and not charging us anything to fix it.
That's what I was gonna say. Making sure that.
Oh, God.
They don't charge us any more.
I pass. Thank you.
Very good. Ball Director, Mr. Reaman.
Thank you. Just briefly tonight, I know Ryan talked about continuing to move forward with the nuisance program. Just to let you know, there are 2 active lawsuits in the Common Pleas Court going right now to clean up properties. One on West Main Street that you may hear about, and then another one on Short Street. It's a problem that's given us some problems down there, or a property that's given us some problems. So we're continuing to work through that. I think that we've gotten some compliance on some people. You may have noticed people cleaning up their properties a little bit. So the hope is that continues and we don't have to spend more money and time than we need to. But I think people are understanding now that we're serious about the program and that we're going to continue to move forward with it. So hopefully it's working out. So.
Very good. The auditor, Ms. Wellman.
Thank you, Mr. Council President. I'll pass for this evening.
Okay. Any committee reports? I see none. Tonight, we're going to forego the ordinances and resolutions, strike that from the agenda and move on to new business. Anyone have any new business? Any old business? Council representative of the outside committee. Tonight, we're going to hear from the representative for the Greenville Union Cemetery Board.
And that would be me. In the recent weeks, we have lost 2 employees out at the cemetery. And so one of them ran the backhoe to dig the graves, and the other one was a backup in case we didn't have the first one. Both of them, one of them moved on to a different job that he had went to school for, and the other one just wanted to basically retire. So in the process, we have looked at somebody that was helping us out a little bit and doing some of the things that we needed to have done that we couldn't do ourselves. So anyway, we're checking in on entering into a contract with this person to dig the graves and with backhoe and so forth like that. Just a lot of logistics to work out and so forth on, equipment and different things like that. And so, we're just in that process now. We're down a little bit on burials, but otherwise we're selling quite a few lots right now. I think that was a result of a lot of people getting some stimulus money and so forth like that. So, they're letting go of some of that and buying lots. And so with that, I pass.
Okay. Any communications?
We received the monthly report of June from the Transit Department, the monthly reports of July from the Income Tax Department and the Fire Department. We received the quarterly report of April, May, and June from the Fire Department, and we received the CIC minutes from May 26, 2021.
Very good. All right, call of council.
Wright,
I'll pass.
Ely,
I would like to commend whoever wrote the letter of explanation for the water and the sewer billing announcement. I thought this was a well-written letter. I thought it expressed everything and made it clear to maybe some of the people who didn't understand the process the first time through. So whoever came up with this, kudos to you and great job. So thank you. And with that, I'll pass.
Godwin,
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about the letter that was out there. A lot of the comments was made about the splash pad on the south town and estimated water usage for the thing, 2 million gallons of water a year for the splash pad. Yeah, south end splash pad, 2 million gallons.
A year?
Yeah, a year. And how much does the city use a day?
2 million.
So that's not really that much. And the YOLO park, I think what I've heard is 1 million, but they're probably not even gonna use that this year because not very many people's up there.
I would say that's accurate.
But the big complaint was the Southtown, it was a Southtown park, and that's the reason why the water rates are going up, and that's not the reason. Water is going up. The water is going up because of the infrastructure that needs to be replaced. The water tower, which was on the agenda tonight, and it's not because of the Southtown Water Park. So with that, I will pass.
Rogers,
Yes, like Clarence said, I've heard those comments too, and it seems to be that they're not well educated on some of the things and the reason this and that and wherever. So, I've tried to explain to some people, but they kind of falls on deaf ears, I think. So anyway, thanks for bringing that up, Clarence. And also, we heard about the treaty today. Today makes 226 years, the city of Greenville. So that's a lot of years, more years than what I've been alive.
Just barely.
Been around that.
And with that, I pass.
Since Burkett's not here.
Whitaker,
Again, we want to commemorate the signing of the Treaty of Greenville. Most historic event that took place right here. And I think a lot of people need to educate themselves about that because it's very significant. 226 years ago, it allowed for the settling of the state of Ohio and the rest of the Northwest Territory, and it's something to behold. Also, I want to commemorate the coming up of that letter, the development of that letter, and explains everything very well. And I want to reiterate, I mean, over the last year and a half, we had many discussions about the need for infrastructure and the need for building a water tower. And I thought we made it very clear. And for people to just pawn it off on the South Side Water Park is crazy. First of all, we did that for the citizens of Greenville. So that's another perk for the residents and for people who might want to consider moving to Greenville to have something like that around for their kids to enjoy. So be it. So with that, I pass. Think we need a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Call the roll?
Wright,
Yes.
Ely,
Yes.
Godwin,
Yes.
Rogers,
Yes.
Whitaker.
Yes. Okay.